Today, folks, you're never going to believe what I got my grimy little hands on here. Those that have been OG to the channel might remember the Juggernog mini fridge. I traded up. To the uninitiated, as a big gaming nerd, back in 2015, Call of Duty released a limited edition mini fridge inspired by their Zombies game, at which I bought one a couple years ago as a piece of memorabilia that was expensive, but I sold it for way more than I paid for it. And recently I found a brand new one, completely mint, and I bought it for a great deal, and I'm almost getting one for free, guys. This is how I fill my soul with weird hobbies, because I don't drive nice cars, I don't like sports, so I'm buying game memorabilia and talking about stocks with you. And with the market absolutely pumping, Google is now trading at a price to earnings multiple we haven't seen since 2020, guys. The 28, 29 PE level, literally, we haven't seen since 5 years ago. And I just want to remind you where we were at just an odd quarter ago, because earnings are just around the corner yet again, yet the sentiment has completely shifted, which blows my mind. Literally, if you go on my YouTube channel, when you go look at the last Google earnings that I was discussing here, guys, which ironically was right when I was talking about covered call ETFs, there's, history doesn't repeat, but it surely rhymes. It's funny how these are always back-to-back videos for me. Don't go look at my last video, it's a bit dramatic, but regardless, Google stock here, we were pumping it to the moon, because while everyone was saying ChatGPT was going to ruin their business and take away all their search growth, revenues went up 14%, guys. Crazy. I mean, look at the income growth here from 23 billion to 28 billion. I mean, when you look at search alone, guys, I mean, Google search and other went from 48 billion to 54 billion. This is not some dying business. They proved, these AI models aren't going to destroy them. They could innovate. Gemini has been brilliant. And here we have been, making money hand over fist while the entire world was telling you to short the damn stock. And if you went on X, you went anywhere, people were just, this stock was trading as low, guys, as a 17 PE when we were picking up shares. The lowest multiple it virtually ever traded at in its entire history. I'm going to give you an opinion on whether I think you should be buying Google today, my general thoughts around it, and so much more in between, as this is one of the largest holdings between my fiance and I. In full disclosure, Google and Meta, between our accounts, make up 15%, probably more than that at this point. And I took a decent chunk of profit already, as many of you recall, after making a 40 to 50% gain. So if you're on a path to financial independence, if you love nerding out about video game stuff and just individual stocks in my portfolio, consider hitting that subscribe button, because I have very far and few in between trades. A lot of people keep sending me comments, what's your next trade? What's your next trade? I'm like, I don't know what's going on, guys. I win a lot because I don't do a lot. I'm like very slow and methodical. When I find something that makes sense to me, like Google, I tend to go pretty heavy, as you guys have seen. And it's crazy to think that, like, today alone, Google's up 3.62%. But it's also crazy to me that I think we picked one of the best performing mega cap tech companies this year. We look at the year-to-date performance, guys. Oh, sorry, is that right? Yeah, year-to-date. NVIDIA's up 42%. Google's up 41%, just trailing NVIDIA, but outpacing like Meta and Apple and Microsoft. I think it might end up being the best performing mega tech company this year. Fingers crossed, of course, time will tell, but I already took my profit. I'm happy to go long the rest of my shares, especially heading into this earnings season where we get our two favorite stocks, Meta and Google, posting after close on Wednesday. So I just wanted to post this video to kind of give some previs to what might potentially happen here, because I think people are getting quite giddy knowing, based on last earnings and again with the onslaught of their new AI tools, that they could still do exceptionally well here. And again, I told you, the only reason I hold Google is because people don't appreciate that this is the platform that we use to communicate on and run our businesses today. And the entire world has not upgraded to that system yet. YouTube is the most premier streaming platform on the planet. There's no upfront cost like there is with Netflix and Disney, and they just print. Every kid wants to be a YouTuber. Every kid is plotted in front of a YouTube screen watching kid shows now. Like, this is the new medium of entertainment and commerce. And I just don't think people appreciate that the value should be around a 30 to 35 times multiple. I personally thought the fair value mark for me would be around 26 to 27, maybe 28. But with this market condition, 30 to 40 is where it should be with the growth rate that it currently has. But even if you look now, the sentiment has completely shifted, guys, completely shifted. I mean, it's crazy to me. Like, look at the Motley Fool. These people were like touting like Google was dying, and people were telling me to short Google stock not even that long ago. Let's see what the recommendation is now. If we roll down here, what does it say? It says, regardless of how the stock responds after earnings news, I'm in favor of building a position now with the stock trading at just 24 times next year's earnings estimates. Guys, really, we're going to get excited now that it's trading at a 5-year high in valuation, not when it was trading at a lifetime low while it was crushing earnings. Like, this is how the market works, right? Like, if you can't go against the grain when things are tough, you're going to have a real hard time making money in the market, because when you're chasing them now that every one of their grandmothers chasing the all-time highs, come on, guys. Let's just read into this article here. AI competition heats up. Recent discussions on X about Alphabet have centered on the competitive landscape in AI, particularly with the debut of the new AI-powered browsers, challenging Google's dominance in search. This was another big volatile moment for Google that actually dropped it quite materially a week ago, and it was just hilarious because we all thought this was going to be a crazy new AI browser, and it was just basically a Chrome extension, or at least that's what it felt like. Many users are debating whether this poses a real threat or if Google's integrated AI stack will maintain its edge. I think it will. The stock experienced volatility, with some noting a quick recovery in after-hours trading. Cloud and quantum advances. Another hot topic on X is Alphabet's potential cloud computing deal with AI startup, rumored to be worth billions, sparking excitement about the growth in Google Cloud. Additionally, chatter around advancements in quantum computing has fueled optimism about Alphabet's long-term innovation strategy. These developments are seen as key drivers ahead of the upcoming earnings report. Yes, this will be real interesting. I think the real big news that would be a catalyst that could propel us into the 30 times multiples if Apple just partners with Google, and we start seeing Gemini becoming the pronounced AI tool on Apple, right? Like that would, I think, blow the stock out of the water. But obviously we got through all the real stuff this year, the court case that was over exaggerated, the end of Google thanks to the chat GPT. Like no one's having those conversations really anymore. And that's why, as we predicted, Google stock would have this beautiful recovery. I mean, it's crazy to make these kind of returns in a year. I mean, the stock's up 41% now. And if you were buying it, when we were buying it down in the lows, I mean, you're seeing some pretty substantial gains. I'm up over 50% on my shares that I've cost averaged through the year. And I'm patting myself on the back. I'm not claiming I'm a genius here, guys, but you just got to play what you know. Like, you only swing with what you know, right? So, again, the earnings previs here, guys. I think the earnings are going to be great, but from here, I can't predict what's going to happen. I think it's still favorably valued here, but I'm not chasing it when it runs into a 30 times multiple. I've got my shares locked in. Who really cares? I've taken my profit. I've diversified it, guys. I have a lot less risk than you might be getting into the stock now. So just take it with a grain of salt, and let's see if earnings can justify some value. As I mentioned last week, it's nice when the stocks are going down like Google was. Stocks are much better for me going down while earnings are going up. It's an easier way to predict the future of stocks like we did with Google and many other stocks out there. Of course, these are just opinions of my own, guys, but I think I'm just going to ride off into the sunset with the portfolio I have right now into the end of the year and not get too aggressive and just see how this pans out, because like you, the markets are continually hitting like all-time highs like every damn day right now. And as much as I love watching my accounts just blow up by thousands of dollars, that real money, those real returns happened when there was fear, right? Like the tariff war. What a brilliant play we had, guys, going all in when people were freaking out at the bottom of April there. Google, at the beginning of the year here, exceptional returns. I mean, like, I do great when people are freaking out. I swear to God, every time I've made the most money in my life was during like real uncertain moments in the market, the pandemic, and now this stuff. Like, I'm not great. I missed a lot of stocks, guys. I missed Palantir. I mean, you could have bought so many stocks, including like Oracle. You could have crushed it. I wasn't smart enough for that, but I'm still smart enough to outperform. So I'll pass the question off to you guys. I'd love to know what you think about these stocks or the earnings coming up and anything that excites you in that comment section below.